AskReddit by RockSaving67. How will you react if Donald Trump becomes president again? Midwesterner. Whelp slaps knees then stands up. Proceeds to put on 10 layers so as to not become a lamppost after stepping out. I can't answer that without getting a Reddit cares notification. I like how this guy never stated his actual opinion, but people from both sides are agreeing, lol. Sigh, as local newspapers, not American, will once again feature daily updates of what he said or what he did. As Americans, this has been almost non-stop since 2016 for us. It's nauseating. Get off of social media and never turn on the news. I deleted Facebook and Instagram in November 2016. Haven't looked back. Highly recommend. Here we go again with 4 years of every single comedian, news outlet, reel, post, and anything else just talking about him every day. They never stop tbh. Project 2025 is low-key makes me want to save up monkey to go to another English-speaking country. I meant money, sorry y'all. Edit. Okay, the monkey joke can stay, I'd say free them. Reject humanity, return to monk. I certainly won't break into the Capitol and smear shit on the walls while calling for the hanging of the VP. PFT, and you call yourself a patriot ? S. I'm Canadian, but I am a little shocked about how his nomination numbers dominated the other candidates. There must be something that people see in him to trust him with the presidency. As an outsider, I'm baffled and blatantly I just don't get it. He tells them what they want to hear, and they believe him. Project 2025 scares the hell out of me. Agreed. Quote, page 584, the president should rescind regulations prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity, transgender status, and sex characteristics. That is absurd and only a taste of what they want to do to trample the rights of anyone who doesn't fit into their worldview. As a Dem in the South, I will buy my first gun. Get it now and start training. Guns and some magical talisman, they are tools that require practice training to use effectively and safely. Personally, I'll listen to my co-workers tell me that a president pardoning himself for crimes is totally cool, not the harbinger of a corrupt, autocratic state, and how everything a president does should be immune to prosecution anyway. Then on the 4th of July I'll watch them scream America and MAGA as they celebrate a document which told a literal king to get fucked. And they'll do it with zero self-awareness or irony. Correction. A Republican president pardoning himself for crimes is totally cool. Take my ass to work. Just another Tuesday Wednesday. Realist answer here. Never forget this quote. I love the poorly educated. Never forget this quote. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. I mean, dude's only platform is revenge. And keeping himself out of jail. I think I'd dread the Trump supporters more than Trump himself, to be honest. They're obnoxious and culty. Plus you can kind of drown out the Trump noise, maybe not completely, but you can just turn off your phone, TV etc. But between family members preaching his shit and, in my experience, any sort of tradesman that I bring in for repairs on my home, furnace, major plumbing repairs, loves to try to start a convo about Trump, unprompted. Edit. Some of you are really offended by me saying that you can drown out some of the Trump noise. You realize you can do this and still stay up to date on his shit? I don't need to tune into everything, all the time that the president does to not be informed. I am also well aware of the threat Trump is to the country. Also I specify by saying maybe not completely lol you silly gooses. It'll prove Idiocracy the movie was a documentary of the future. The horned beast slouches towards Babylon. We're coming apart at the seams, the confrontation of labor and capital becoming more direct, more violent. He is just speeding it up. I just thought we'd have more time. Nice Yates reference. I'll be kind of like WTF. People have gotten fired from jobs and ineligible for re-employment for much less. Bro just lost a civil case about violently raping a girl, incited riots, interfering with investigation, passed a nonsensical and bigoted Muslim ban, bribed a porn star, is being blackmailed, used his govt office for personal financial gain, associating pardoning criminals. Bro personally vouched for Epstein, defrauded millions with Trump University, mishandled classified gov documents, several election frauds, scandal after scandal after scandal. Honestly, I thought that he would be given life in prison for treason by now. America has fallen. Motherfucker is arguing in court that he should be allowed to sell pardons and kill political opponents, and people are voting for him enthusiastically. I'm going to renew my passport, and then apply to remote jobs. Project 2025 is a real thing they want to do. I want to move where there is more affordable living anyway. Probably get a new job. Not some gross overreaction or doomer shit, but right now, a GOP win would absolutely gut social services and security programs. Me being a case manager that works mostly with the homeless and at-risk population, I'd literally just be yet another paid to say no drone throwing my hands up and telling the double amputee veteran with untreated SME, have you tried working at Walmart? Same here. Federal contractor working for a department he's often raging against. Have a strong feeling we'd all be out of work and possibly even prosecuted for it. Lost my job when he was in office before. You know how he didn't appoint hundreds of State Department positions like the president is supposed to do? Well, programs get shut down because of that. Was unemployed for a while, then I got back into government work. I'll probably lose my job again if he's in office. As a Norwegian, rolling my eyes and bracing myself for 4 years of Trump content. Can't the US come up with decent candidate for each party? The bigger issue is that we're a country of 300 million people and somehow have two options. Removed by Reddit. But also, you can say the Nazis posed as liberals and convinced you to participate in the insurrection. I will get in my car and drive 120 on the highway and just scream until my voice dies, because I am in Germany and totally allowed to do that here. I will just say not my president. And see Republicans rage that he is. I'm not American. Deleted. Really test the theory that the minority gets what the majority deserves. Cry for my country and hope he doesn't start something that ends the world. I'm not kidding. Join the National Guard equivalent here in Sweden and start preparing for the Russian attack in 3 to 4 years. He's been very clear that he won't help the allies of the US if they're attacked by his close friend Putin. Serious question: do European countries seriously think Putin can sustain the type of losses Russia has had for almost 2 years? And still go on the offensive? Shock and disappointment. One term of let's go out on a limb and try something different, may be understandable. This would be, let's put that crazy fucker in charge again and see how bad things get. 2016 was such a shock to me. If that happens again, I'll just be disappointed. Americans has no excuse the second time round. Really, there was no excuse the first time either. I will have a level of disappointment in the people of this nation that I could not possibly describe. How the fuck they can't see the grift is beyond me. It's easier to fool people than to convince them they've been fooled. Mark Twain. Be depressed that Ukraine will have an even harder time than it already has. and I'll be depressed that all the government is good for in the next 4 years is absolute zip. So many cultists in here thinking he'll turn the clock back on cost of living and taxes when he himself passed a tax code that's going up for middle America year after year. Dumb fucking bastards. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. Are you tripping billies by chance? As an American from a left of center view of the political spectrum, it wouldn't shock me Democratic Party of the United States hasn't really done anything to sway voters to their side. And it's annoying and exhausting to listen to it anymore. Soon as the dude was voted out of office, it's been non-stop Donald Trump in the news, and it's tiring. When the orange monster becomes present again, the Democrats will have no one to blame but themselves. It's amazing how the media practically just will not cover anything anyone else. I think he has paid for a lot of journalists' salaries because people keep watching, reading the coverage of him.